views expressed on this program are those of the hosts, guests, and callers, and are not necessarily those of this station, its management, or other advertisers. You're listening to Transformation Talk Radio.
Hi, welcome. This is Dr. John DeMartini. This is one of the most amazing and inspiring shows that you can listen into. If you want to be on the edge of your seats, if you want to open up your heart, if you want to expand your mind, and you want to meet incredible people, stay tuned because you're just about to experience a transformative radio show that will change your life. And you're listening to the Dr. Pat Show that's coming up right next.
Welcome to the Dr. Pat Show. Talk radio to thrive by. Powerful, inspiring, and coming to you live, bringing you stories of people like you and me, busting through and living life full out. Get ready to dare to wonder what your life would be like if you knew you could not fail. Hey everybody, super duper, super welcome. Welcome to all of you out there. Thanks for tuning us in and turning us on. A really interesting journey when I first decided to use that question. And I had a chance recently to kind of reflect back then and listen to some of those early shows. You know, I think sometimes it seems like it's yesterday that some of those things happen in life. You know, but what are some of the, things that we have to move beyond? You know, why is it that on some days we feel like we are so the victim of our own lives? You know, that victory doesn't seem like something that'll ever be accomplished or achieved. You know, that we believe that we are stuck in a place that is going to be our destiny, our legacy, everything we leave behind. You know, and when we are in that place, what can we do about it? Well, today, Sheer Alchemy with amazing Leslie Fonteyne is to talk about pockets of victimization, stepping out. Many of you know Leslie. Many of you travel with her as she travels, and she does travel. Perhaps today we'll hear a little bit about what that means. But for the most part, it's about saying yes. Yes to becoming a world-renowned transformation catalyst, somebody that has used her intuition, her gifts to help people, especially those of us that tune into her each month, to live a life they were born to manifest, whether it is shifting from scarcity to abundance, from emotional pain into joy, from illness into health. The question really becomes, and this is why, these shows with Leslie are so important. How does it all happen? And are we a player in that game to make it happen? But Leslie goes about this with an unbeatable team. Ascended masters, archangels, they join in the conversation. They partner with you, your higher self and source energy, to shift the blocks that are preventing all of us from stepping in to that magnificent life that we've dreamed about. So today, as we get to experience this with Leslie, as you get to call into the show, each of us will be reminded of how powerful we are. And that if we connect to our higher selves, to that source energy, to that higher vibration of things, that we can truly bust out of the shackles of victimization. Today's show is about how to discover and be surprised by those areas of victimization. Yes, I have said that word because we have to be aware of what's going on in our lives and not step in the pothole of denial. Areas of victimization that surface to our, to our consciousness, things we're not aware of. Because if we ain't aware of them, if you're not going to be in the game of awareness, there is absolutely a very large probability that you will be changing something that probably doesn't need to be changed and leaving the thing that does still with you. Leslie, welcome to the show. It's great to have you here.
Oh, I love that pothole of denial.
Don't you love that?
I was thinking the pothole of pride, too.
That's a good one, too. And then sometimes we can actually deny the pothole of pride because we're in the pothole of denial.
Well, it's acceptable. I just was speaking about how we put on the mask. We hide who we are. We don't want anyone to know our true identity because we need to look successful. We've got the mantras of our cultures, the mantras of our business world. This is how we show up. This is how we look tough. Fake it till you make it, all that. And I'm probably one of the disputers of the fake it till you make it thing, because for some of us, when we hear that, we suppress. And that's what we're going to talk about a little bit today.
Yeah. You've been traveling now, and you're home for a little bit. And you've been traveling outside of the United States. So I have a question for you. What are you seeing as you work and you speak with people abroad? Are you seeing the same things going on? Have you, not that you may have encountered something different, but are there things that are less of a priority abroad than they are here? What have you discovered?
Well, if we're talking about, growth, expansion, consciousness, awareness, I'd say health and wellness is huge everywhere. People want to eat healthy. They want their countries to be environmentally clean. They want to be responsible for their trash. There's a lot of that. There's a lot of cleaning up in the body. In terms of cleaning up the insides, things like that, people are at varying degrees. So I think just like everywhere, you find people that are just beginning on the path. They're very open. And then you find people that are, a little closed to it. You have some people that are like, I get it, know what I want, work with me. And then you have some others that are holding back. So we've always got that everywhere, certain cultures. We have the cowboy mentality in the U.S. sometimes. We've got, the do-it-yourself thing. And not every culture is that way, but they've got their stuff. So that's kind of the neat thing to see what everyone is shifting through.
Wow. This is something I wanted to ask you about because you do travel quite a bit. And you hang around with what we call spiritually enlightened people. All of us get to do that. And I don't know what your story or journey has been like, but there have been times early on when I did the show that I literally thought that these people have so much together that's why they write about the things they write about. That's why they talk about the things they talk about. And then every once in a while, something will happen and, we're like, you got to be kidding. And we get disappointed about who they are or what they've done. So do we have a misconception about that?
Oh, I'm so glad you asked that. I'd say we've got two poles on this one. One is people in love with their drama story. So I want to tell you how rough I had it, where I came from, how tough it was, and I'm going to one-up you on any story you've got to tell. Here a little fear, here a little pride. Then we've got those that are hiding what they've gone through because they think, well, gosh, I just wrote a book and I've just published a CD and I'm standing on stage and I need to act more together. Then there's the perception in the audience of these people, which is, wow, they must have really achieved something. They must have really gotten to the other side of stuff and they're almost near perfect. And all of that is not quite so. So the bus I'm on is that we are true. We are true about where we are. And as a result, Source and the universe can come through us. Our higher self can talk through us within this earth school, within who we are, as we are, shifting through, saying, hey, I present this today to clear. I present this today to shift. And then your audience is getting it because they're resonating with that, not because you're bragging about your story and not because you're so perfect on stage. It's because they're seeing within you that you're not coming from a place of pride. You're not coming from a place of being so great. You are right there with them, but you're also committed to raising your vibration.
And, the thing that I was curious about, I know that I've done this. I've looked at some people and I thought they are just the one. I'm going to do everything they tell me to do. I'm going to go off and, if they say go take a 5-month workshop, I'm going to do that. I did that early on. And I think so many of us do that. How do we incorporate, our intuition and in the work you do, the masters, and helping us sort through some of this?
Oh, that's an awesome question. I remember this guy chasing me through the halls as we were closing up a show in London. And he's going, well, this guru, that guru. I said, we're done with the gurus and we're done with the superstars because Source is channeling through you now. I said, it's all available. It's intentional. Invite them in. Bring them in. They're waiting. They don't come uninvited. Invite them in. And he says, oh, so you mean it's like a democracy now? I said, wow. Yes, exactly right. So there is no better than, greater than, and there's no less than, not so great. All of us have this opportunity exactly where we are to invite in the masters, to invite in our higher self, and to begin to step through things. And some people have not been validated that they hear, they listen. I've taught so many classes in the last 2 months, and people are amazed that they denied what they already knew, already heard, were already guided to do, were already aware of, because they thought the guru that was shutting them down, whether they were practicing Reiki, prana, or God knows what, whatever the thing, they were shutting down the guidance that was coming to them. When they realized it, it was the total aha moment.
You know, part of this you said earlier before is about pride. We talked about pride as well. I'm curious. I don't even know if we recognize pride.
I don't recognize it until there's a feeling in my field. And so I walk people through a lot of that sometimes. And then, you know, I was telling you about this event at the gas station I had where thoughts were coming through my mind. That's how it happens. When we shut it down and deny it, when we say, oh, I don't have time for that thought right now, what we're doing is missing the power of the moment. That's your shift of the moment. And that's what I love about this topic today is that, you know, yeah, we get the big ones. But these are the subtle ones that show up when you're pumping gas and doing the dishes. These are the ones that just show up, and we have this opportunity to change that.
I love that you just shared that about the gas station pop-up. Those are the things that we totally ignore because we are waiting for the big one. We're waiting for the giant one. And don't you think sometimes we forget that the little teeny ones, when you add them up and accumulate them, that's like a big one?
Oh, it becomes a big one. It's a snowball.
Today's show is, is talking about these pockets of victimization. And when we come back, Leslie's going to talk with us a bit about what does that even mean? What is moving from being a victim, moving from that? What does that mean? How do we look at that scenario, which it is, and recognize that we're in the middle of it? And then what does it mean then to step out of it? Because if you say stepping out, what does that actually mean? That means, oh, maybe I have to do something about it, or am I waiting for whatever the circumstance was to change all by itself? Whose responsibility is it anyway? Let's take a short break, everyone. We'll be right back with the show.
Get up, stand up for your right. Get up, stand up for your right. Get up, stand up for your right. Get up, stand up.
Tune in to The Jen Royster Show, intuitive guidance to inspire your life, each Thursday at 8 a.m. Pacific and 11 a.m. Eastern on TransformationTalkRadio.com. This amazing show is an inspirational hour that will take you on an epic metaphysical journey to discover the spiritual approach to life's greatest challenges. Dr. Jen is an internationally known intuitive counselor, spiritual teacher, and energy healer. Call in for intuitive readings and visit JenRoyster.com for more information.
Would you like to be a question with anything that comes up in your body or mind? Would you like to become totally aware and begin to function as the conscious being you truly are? Join Access Certified Facilitator Glenna Rice every month for a live teleclass where you can ask all of your questions and learn to create change in any aspect of your life. Visit GlennaRice.com today to learn more and don't miss the next call. Join the questionable conversation today at GlennaRice.com.
Sky Siegel co-hosts one of today's most popular psychic shows, Angels and Answers, with Artie Hoffman, as she communicates healing messages from the spirit world. These messages can be astounding, enlightening, and life-changing. Born with the God-given talent of inner guidance and the amazing ability to heal, Sky has healed thousands of people. Schedule a reading with Sky now. Call 908-500-1474 and visit skyofangels.com.
Each month, listen to Live More Radio with co-host Allie Katz. Join Allie and Dr. Pat as Allie introduces new ways to bring balance back to your life through meditation, sleep, and exercise techniques, so you can live your truly authentic life. Stress less, live more. To learn more about Allie, visit livemoreradio.com.
How would you like increased health and vitality? How would you like to avoid the onset of disease as well as slow the aging process? This is all possible through a simple, safe, and natural process. Every day we are either moving toward wellness or away from wellness.
Hi, I'm Mary Jane Mack. I'd like to be your partner in achieving optimal health. Contact me now at maryjanemack.com or call 425-392-0659. Visit maryjanemack.com.
Naturopathic doctor, founder of the Martha's Vineyard Holistic Retreat, and author of the New York Times bestseller 21 Pounds in 21 Days, Dr. Ronnie DeLuce has helped tens of thousands of people, including celebrities and athletes, with her message of lifestyle change. Now Dr. Ronnie DeLuce wants to help you. You too can be saved. Email Dr. Ronnie DeLuce at info@ronniedeluceonradio.com and visit mvholisticretreat.com. Dr. Ronnie DeLuce, your partner in wellness.
Preacher man, don't tell me heaven is under the earth. I know you don't know what life is really worth. It's not all that glitter is gold. After story had never been told.
Hey, everyone. Welcome back. I'm Dr. Pat.
And I'm Leslie Fonteyne.
And guess what? Sheer alchemy today with Leslie Fonteyne. Pockets of victimization, stepping out. And for those of you out there, Leslie, let's take a minute and tell folks how they can find out more about you and also some of the places you're going to be here.
All right. You can find me on my website, lesliefonteyne.com, LeslieFonteyne.com. And I am going to be coming soon to Chicago, to Raleigh, to Durango, and to Cincinnati. So I'll probably be going back to London in September, but those are more for client sessions. And so if you need to reach out to me, see what I do, see some of my services as well as my CDs to help you through some of the things we're talking about today, don't hesitate to write me. You can just find all that on my website.
Wow, thank you so much. Really, I love this topic. And, you know, before the break, we were talking about sometimes we don't even know what victimization looks like.
Right. That's true. And, you know, I was thinking about the killing our darlings thing. You know, some of us have no idea how enamored we are with our story. I grew up in a family that was constantly challenging danger. We seem to thrive on it, and we love to tell the story afterwards. But sometimes in telling our stories for the effect on people, to impress people, we miss some of the subtler pieces of it, you know, and that's some of what we're talking about, the victimization thing today. You know, I got to the point where, you know, maybe a lot like our veterans coming back from war, I couldn't handle calm life, you know. I could only handle chaos and drama and danger. So some of us have developed some stories about our existence to the point, you know, I tell people when I'm clearing them and changing agreements and contracts that, you know, if we've been used to a lot of drama and chaos, when I change this agreement, the boring people are going to, you know, the normal people will show up looking a little boring. And we're afraid of that because we think, oh, my gosh, we don't really understand it. The other thing I tell people is that when I shift an agreement, people that have been right in front of you for 2 years, you suddenly see them for the first time. So, you know, changing our story is about empowering ourselves where we use some languages. And I'm going to throw some words out. And I know, Pat, that some of this is going to resonate with you because I hear this, I swear, about 25 times a day in my stand. I have to. I need to wait until. I don't know if I can. I'll have to see if it's all right. It's amazing. When we talk like that as an adult, we don't hear the child part of us speaking through that. We're grown-ups.
I need. We are so in the phrase of that. It's everywhere. Not I desire, but I need. Right?
Not I choose.
Or not I choose.
I choose to take care of my children today.
Yeah.
I choose to go to work.
Yeah. How about, Leslie, I need to have you. I love that's my favorite. Like when we're talking with someone, we're like, you know what, honey, I need to have you take out the garbage. And honey says, oh, honey, I need you not to ask me anymore. Then now we're both in two needs and nothing is getting done.
It's an interesting thing because behind the word I need is also a cover-up for not taking responsibility. And see, that sounds really harsh. So let me soften this a little bit so people don't get all upset with me. When we say I need, we are coming from a small place and we are looking at the other person from a big place. We are looking at us as what we can't do, and the other person is something that they can supply. It's the proverbial fill this hole in my life, help me, get this need met within me. When you step into responsibility, you stand in this place and you have to look and go, why have I chosen to operate from this place? What does it serve in me to come from this place of neediness? Does it create this sense that I matter? Does it create this sense that I'm loved? Does it create this sense that people pay me, but I've translated my job into meaning I'm wanted, I'm needed? I can tell you just about every part of our victimization goes back to being a child.
When it goes back to being a child, we do not connect with when it goes back to being a child, right? I mean, this is the area of the work that you do. And perhaps today on the show, folks will get to work with you as well. 1-800-930-2819, and we'll tell you a little bit about what will happen. But this is the area where we revert back to a child and really cannot even see that we are that. Well, I don't know about you. I mean, I can't see it, but the people that know me see it. And so how can we get that level of awareness? Because if awareness is the first step and we can't see we are there at that place, then I'm not sure how we figure out how to get out of it.
Well, what I love is that we're talking about it today. So the fact that we said, I need is a red flag, we can now go in and say, why do I use that phrase? And I challenge everyone listening to us today, why are we using that phrase? What does it do for us? What does it feed? Now, some of us are really frightened to go into this, and we'd rather suppress it and just go, it's going to be all right. It's going to be okay. Well, of course it is. But for some reason, this moment, you're choosing to evolve right now. So let's evolve and let's not be frightened of the transformation. So let's say in that thing of whatever you said, I need, we translate to, I choose to ask you because I am wanting you to fulfill some need or desire within me. And by you doing that, it will take care of what within me? Let's just call it what it is. Why are we so frightened? It's the elephant in the living room. Any of us that have been through recovery programs know all about it. Let's just call it what it is. Let's not be afraid.
Well, yeah. So let's talk about what afraid really means and why we hold on to the story of victimization. Okay. And we don't know we're holding on to a story of victimization. We actually don't even know we're holding on to a story. It's just that thing that happened to us, Leslie. Yeah. Remember, let me tell you about that thing. I don't have a story out of it, but wait a minute. I want to tell you about that thing, that time, when I was a little kid. Let me just tell you about that. Right. That's just my childhood, but that's not my story. That is not my drama. I'm not a victim. But wait a minute, Leslie. Let me just go back and tell you about that. Now, let me tell you about the time that my aunt, Mrs. Meany, put me on the fireplace. But wait, I'm not a victim. I just want you to hear my story.
Exactly. And that goes back to, let me make the story bigger than who I am right now. So I just want to challenge everyone that right now, your story, I'm feeling it in my heart space big time for a lot of people. It's coming up. It's flaring up. And your story right now that's coming up for you. You also know any suppression mechanisms in your family. For example, I'm sure I'm not the only one that was sworn to secrecy by her parents for various things going on at home, right? So all of us have these things, and now we're still being secret. Why? You've left home. You're 35, 45, 55. What's going on here? It's showing up now. so that we can clear it. We go into our ancestral line, we go through our mother's line and our father's line for the specific purpose of clearing out their attachments, their energies, their opinions, their beliefs out of your field so that you can even hear what on earth it is you think about anything.
Well, and let's talk about this for a minute. We are going to open up the phone lines. And so the question mark, I guess, is going to be, what would you like to have cleared out so that you can truly live the life you desire?
Absolutely.
Right? What we're talking about, this idea of victimization, really has the other side to it, and that's stepping out.
Yes.
Right? Tell us how folks will get some help in stepping out and calling in today. Of course, we're going to continue to talk about this.
Well, first of all, I like to tell people that the radio format can be a bit unforgiving. So I'm not talking about something simple and trivial in your life. So first of all, I offer much respect for what you are choosing to bring forward. If in our time when we're talking, and some of you are going to shift very fast, some of you are shifting right now. So if we don't complete it, I do always offer to anyone that calls to reach out to me afterwards so that we can complete anything that got surfaced, okay? Don't be frightened that we can't complete it all while we're on the show, because these are deep things, and I do respect that within you. But you're going to call. We're going to hear you. I'm going to be reading your field. We're going to bring in the masters and archangels, and we're going to see what happens for you. And some of you, like I said, are going to move quickly, and some of you, it may take a little more time.
1-800-930-2819. And we're going to bring the Ascended Masters in here.
Yeah.
And the Archangels.
Oh, yeah.
And anybody else that wants to show up to help with this, right?
And some of our people that are going to be calling in already have some of their guidance teams. So that's always exciting to bring them in, too.
Yeah. Isn't it interesting that we think that there's... I always like when we say, oh, I'm trying to find spirit again. And someone said to me, spirit's not lost.
I love that.
Don't you love it? But I'm trying to
My
find...
favorite
I'm
is,
trying to find God again.
We're beyond the wait to be contacted stage. That's so 60s, 70s. Now we make the contact.
Yeah, it is like E.T. phone home. 1-800-930-2819. We've opened up the phone lines. If you want to step out, 1-800-930-2819. Give us a chat. Leslie Fonteyne in the house today. For those of you out there, go ahead and check it out. Sheer Alchemy. As a matter of fact, you could just Google Sheer Alchemy and she pops right up. Or you could go to lesliefontaine.com. When we come back, love to chat with you. But we're going to continue this conversation. You know, what can we do, ready, to experience Source? This is my favorite topic of all times. I love this. I've not mastered it. What can we do to experience Source and not be alone? It's my favorite all-time conversation because we talk about what we need to learn. That's me. Need, get it? Want, choose. Be right back.
You say you want a revolution. Well, you know.
Are you feeling stressed, in pain, disconnected, worried about aging? Corrective alignment and integration therapy restores health. Move your body, which frees your mind and elevates your spirit. Bodywise Bodywork LLC provides the tools you need to create the change you've been waiting for. Start living a fully present and integrated life. Book your 15-minute consultation online at www.bodywisebodywork.com. Bodywise Bodywork LLC, because it's the only body you've got.
Can you keep your lifestyle in retirement? It's a question people often wonder about. Ask Ameriprise financial advisor Jeff Packman about the new Confident Retirement Approach. You and Jeff can break down retirement planning step by step to get the real answers you need. In fact, 93% of clients who have had the Confident Retirement Approach conversation feel more confident about their retirement. Call Jeff Packman, financial advisor, at 425-453-0272 for your Confident Retirement conversation today. Office is located at 601 108th Avenue Northeast, Suite 1800, Bellevue, Washington, 98004. Percentage based on Ameriprise Financial Confident Retirement Client Survey as of December 2013. The Confident Retirement Approach is not a guarantee of future financial results. Investment and advisory products and services are made available through Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, a registered investment advisor. Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member of FINRA and SIPC.
I'm Christine Upchurch, and this is a Stellar Reflections Minute. What does the word healing mean? Many think that healing merely means eliminating symptoms. However, based on my many years as a healer, I have a much broader perspective on the word. Healing can manifest in a variety of ways, including having physical problems resolved, becoming more emotionally centered, experiencing better relationships, gaining greater clarity, and feeling more spiritually connected. True healing always includes some level of transformation. Whatever form healing takes, there is one commonality, an improvement in quality of life. To me, the highest form of healing goes beyond aligning with wellness. It comes from recognizing our soul's voice and allowing it to speak through us. And in that sense, don't we all yearn to heal into our wholeness? Please visit stellarreflections.com or call 425-999-9836. That's 425-999-9836.
Holistic Medical Center is where you find it all. A healthy space with doctors who care, see, and listen to the whole you. Hi, this is Dr. Darvish. If you have not found an answer to your chronic symptoms, you will find answers here at Holistic Medical Center. Our doctors find the root cause of your symptoms and guide your body towards healing naturally. We transform lives from within. Visit drdarvish.com or call 425-451-0404.
Tell me that it's evolution. Well, you know, we all want to change the world.
Yeah, I love this. Boy, for those of you trying to call into the show, the phones, clearly off the hook. Leslie Fonteyne is in the house. For those of you out there, you can go check out Leslie at Leslie Fonteyne. I'll spell it FONTEYNE.com. And by the way, you can just Google Sheer Alchemy. I did it. And Leslie will come up and you'll be able to connect with her directly. I wanted to say, Leslie, for a moment, the caveat is that when we do these radio calls, they're short versions.
Correct.
Okay. Yeah.
Most of my sessions are 75 minutes just to respect the content and what we're working through, and also to give time to do a full clearing, right? You're opening yourself up to something profound, and I'm helping you shift through it. So 5 minutes is very short.
Yeah. This is like a little Kickstarter.
Absolutely.
Don't you love it?
Yes.
Let's go to the phones.
All righty.
Mr. Benny.
All right. Renee's first out, calling from Mississauga. Renee, welcome to the show.
Hey, Renee. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Absolutely. What's happening with you?
Well, there is a certain personality type, one that may be unfairly, but I would describe as arrogant and maybe aloof, super confident. And whenever I come across people like that, I immediately feel inferior and, devalued. I mean, I just internalize it in a very unhealthy way. And I'm wondering, and it goes all back to childhood, as you said.
Oh, yeah. Are you done, though? Are you done?
What skills can I do to turn my energy around where I feel just as important or valuable or that I matter?
Well, first of all, I love to ask everybody, are you done? Are you done with it?
Okay.
So really go, because this is very ancestral for you, and it also went into school. So I'm just getting your feel, just, your high heart, the back of your shoulders, your solar plexus, all this. So are you feeling like you're done with the agreement you have with this energy?
Absolutely, but I seem to be not able to control the change that I want.
All right, but hold on. You're moving too fast here because I asked a real serious question. A lot of us sometimes are not done because, believe it or not, that agreement, just like all of us, okay, not just you, but all of us, when we have agreements, they serve us in some way. So what I want you to realize is that by choosing to release this agreement with that energy, letting it go, you are now going to step into your own power and your own choices, okay? So do you get that? Because I'm feeling you big time right now through your shoulders and the back of your neck, just throughout your field. I just want you to monitor what's going on in you right now. Don't think about what you're trying to control, any of that. Go into your field right now. What's it feeling like?
You're kind of staticky. So you asked me, what am I feeling?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Nervous.
Yeah. And see, isn't that interesting? It's interesting, right? Because the nervousness is what we don't know. So right now I'm just going to come in. I'm bringing in some masters. I'm bringing in some archangels. I want you to really breathe into your heart space. I really want you to go in there and just go, you know what? All the compromises I've made with this energy, even in your power center, I'm just choosing to let this agreement go. I'm shifting it out, and a lot is flaring up in your throat space. This is where you speak your truth. Okay, this kind of energy shuts you down, gets you quiet, gets you into people-pleasing, gets you into that not stepping into all that you are, because it's a very judgmental kind of energy, isn't it? That arrogance. It's very critical and high-minded and all that. So a lot is coming out right now out of your seventh. I'm feeling some pressure out of the top of your crown right now, just a lot coming out. So just understand something, that as you're letting this go, so your heart's really opening up right now. Beautiful. Beautiful. So when we let go of this, we now don't know what it's going to be like to be us, right? We don't know what it's like to step into who we are. So I want to talk to you about this a little later. But when you release an agreement, we now are going to be aware in your solar plexus, there's some tightness. I do not want you to be afraid of your fear. Okay, there's some fear coming up. So what you're going to do is go, all right, what's guidance coming to me? If I'm in a situation and that energy may or may not show up now, and I feel guided to say something, draw in your higher self. You know, and you too can draw in some guidance. I love to bring in Archangel Michael. I don't know, if you're working with a team, but bring them in and then see what happens when you begin to speak, because you had a lot of blockage in your throat space, which is starting to loosen up. Have you done this kind of work before, Renee?
Yes,
okay,
I have.
Good. So how are you doing right now?
I'm feeling a little better, but my throat is still super tight.
It is, right? Exactly.
Yeah.
So this is great. So now we're just going to release the agreement to be silenced. And this is very emotional to your inner child, very emotional. So we're just letting that go. We're just healing her up. I'm just bringing in Divine Mother, Divine Father right now for her. And we're going into the core wound of you mattering. Your voice matters. You're a healer. You have a really strong vibration, Renee. And this is your time. And one thing I tell clients a lot, and we can talk again later, like I said, is that sometimes when we get silence, the best way to step into our gift is to remember who's not getting their healing today, because we don't step into who we are.
Oh, I like that.
And it takes the ego out of it. It takes kind of the edge of that fear out, and you realize, oh my gosh, when I show up with less than all of my light, someone's missing a healing. So your back of your neck is really, okay, you're doing great. You're doing beautiful. So we're just going to wash your field right now. And you've got a lot of light beings around you. You've got a lot of support. If you could bring in Archangel Michael today, let yourself feel some of the light beings maybe that you've worked with, and I'm glad to write you about some you could try. And now we're going to seal you up. Just put some protection around your heart right now. But if you can, just really allow this. If you're a little emotional after this call, that is so okay, because it's a lot of grief, right? It's a lot that you've held back on, but you're so beautiful. Your spirit is just gorgeous.
Oh, thank you.
How are you doing?
Compliments make me cry for some reason.
Yeah. All right. Well, listen, I want you to just get a little protected right now. Don't go out there and find someone to say something mean to you. Do some really nice self-care. And I'd like you to just really reflect on your heart space right now and cuddle a bit. And then afterwards, like maybe in a few hours or whatever, write me about how you are, okay?
Okay,
all
great.
Right. Okay, bye-bye.
Thank you.
You bet.
Wow, that's awesome. Mr. Benny, let's stay on the phones if we could. We may have to skip a little break here so we get everybody in.
All right, we'll take Ellen now, calling in from Linwood. Ellen, welcome to the show.
Hey, Ellen, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
You are great. So tell me what's going on.
I seem to repeat a childhood pattern of creating value by giving more of myself than I get back.
Yeah, it's an old pattern, isn't it?
It is a very old pattern.
Now, I want to tell you something. There's a part of it that's tied to your power center, and it's a way not only to feel valued but to feel in control. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Okay, because I'm just reading you right now, and you're beautiful. You're being completely open, and that's what makes this so great. So, what we want to look at is how to step into your power without having to give away your power. Isn't that a funny little dichotomy there?
It is.
I know. But you remember this, right? Because you were a child that really kind of raised the family a bit, didn't you?
I was always the peacemaker and always taking care of brothers and sisters.
Right. And so, in a sense, it's a powerful role, right? And so then we learn to transfer our value to that. So there's a part of you really wanting to do more, isn't there? There's some stuff you want to step into.
Oh, I do.
Yeah.
I bite my tongue all the time.
Yeah. Well, there's some neat things that you want to create now, and it doesn't have to do with everyone else. So I love it when Spirit knocks at the door, don't you?
Oh, I do.
I know. So this is your door knock, and I'm just so thrilled you called. So what we're going to do right now is we're just going into your solar plexus and also with your inner child work, and we're clearing out the agreement to give away your power to get power. This is a transaction that's a bit beneath you. It worked for a while, and now it's creating some anger and resentment, which is really normal when we're about to shift. So we sometimes try to go, oh, I'm spiritual. I shouldn't be angry and resentful. No, this is okay, all right, because a lot's going to come up out of this, right?
Okay.
All right, so going into your heart. So right now we're just clearing out this agreement that you have with your ancestral line, and I'm just seeing your mother's energy really strong right now. And so we're just clearing this out. And she used to do the helpless, powerful thing back and forth. You never knew which one she was going to be. I know that. So we're shifting this out, letting it go so that you're not like a ping pong ball between everybody's needs, letting it go. Just really breathe into your heart there. And we're just going into your second, which is an area of security. And this is where you're a little afraid of letting go of the role because what will it mean? So we're shifting that out. This is very big for you. Continuing to let it go out of the back of your neck there. Doing a wash. So here's the thing, and I don't mind talking with you a little later about this, is that I want you to allow it to release through the rest of the day and not be frustrated or shutting down any feelings of the sadness, the anger, the resentment of how much of your life you've given away. Okay?
Okay.
Because that's beating you up and it doesn't help. What you want to do is go, yeah, I did. Yes, I did that. And now what do I choose? So when you bring in the new rules, so we're upgrading your agreement right now.
Okay.
And we're upgrading your security center, which is where your security comes from. It doesn't come from serving others. You are fully capable of taking care of yourself, fully capable. Is it now? Notice any fear that will begin to show up over the next few days.
Okay.
As you step into who you are. And don't deny it. Don't shove it down. Just go, And then ask yourself, is it true? Am I that small? Am I that powerless? And just notice what shows up, some of the arguments. I'm getting a lot that's very tight in your heart right now. So don't be afraid of this, Ellen. And I'm glad to talk to you later, but you've got some deep stuff, and there's something in your heart you're not ready to release yet. So I want you to pay attention to where it's really tight right now so that you can then be aware of what it is. It's going to come to you, and it's very much tied to your security center. The security and love are totally intertwined for you.
Yeah, they are.
They are. So just note it out, and then, feel free to write me or call me, and we can definitely talk further, okay? I'm going to seal you up right now and just put some protection back on. There you go. Thank you for being so open.
Thank you. Okay. Bye.
Awesome. We're going to skip the break.
All right.
Yeah, because people would love, this is a really hot topic, right? This is really important. And can't you? I can feel. I don't know about you. Can you feel some of this?
I think I can feel it.
Yeah, I'm trying to tell people we're not going to do instant feedback, but if you want to call in, please call in. This is so profound that we're not going to be able to take the instant feedback hits on this. Right. But please try to call in. And Leslie, before we kind of go ahead, would you mind telling folks how they can schedule that 75-minute time with you?
Absolutely. Just go to my website, lesliefonteyne.com, LeslieFonteyne.com. And you will get information about how to reach me, how to write me. There's buttons to click, or just call me 678-665-3366, 678-665-3366.
Wow, folks, today, Mr. Benny.
All right, let's take Barbara calling in from Seattle now. Barbara, welcome to the show.
Hey, Barbara. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Dr. Patton. Thank you for taking my call this morning.
Yeah, you bet. How can we help you?
Appreciate it. Well, I'm calling because my childhood was full of fear and neglect, physical abuse, and
it's all right.
So what I'm dealing with is, thank you, is I'm perceived differently than how I feel by a certain percentage of the population. It's not just men, but women also, where I come across, I think, as overbearing and bitchy is a word that's been used. And it's not the way I feel. But I think I've used this strength to protect myself from. That's how I grew up. It's how I came through my childhood.
Sure.
So I'm
but
ready
you've
to
done
let
a
it
lot
go.
of work already, Barbara. You've already done a lot of work, haven't you?
I have. I've done a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, you have. And the thing is, I want you to honor that. And sometimes we get hung up with people's continued reactions, like, well, if you're working on it, how come you haven't done any better than this? You have endured the childhood of a lifetime, and you have chosen to step into clearing it. You have chosen to step into a healing. So I'm just getting so much for you right now. So I know you're feeling this, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And it's beautiful that you just put it out there, that you expose it. And you know what? You're talking to so many people right now that are listening. So many people that have gone through what you're feeling right now. So really honor that. This is important for you, okay? Because you've gotten so much of other people's feedback. That's part of why you toughen up still, is you're just about ready for them to do it again, and you can't take it, right?
Yeah, it's not okay.
I know, it's not okay. It's not okay. So look at you. You're just clearing so fast. Oh, my goodness. Let's just do a wash right now. And, of course, we're bringing in Divine Mother and Divine Father to your inner child. And this is a lot about survival. You did many things to just survive. We're clearing out some of the ancestral energies out of your field. Look at that. Beautiful. Just allow yourself to breathe into it. But so much of this, Barbara, is about acceptance first with you. So just allow, or just creating a real safety net around you right now. And I'd love to do some work with you a little later after this, just because you need to feel a lot of safety to feel open. So continuing to clear out your heart space there. Just a lot of hurt. Go ahead.
I've really felt my grandparents around me lately.
Yeah. No, you've got some loved ones, but your heart's got a real tight agreement right now. And can you feel the tightness there?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
it just doesn't want to let go.
Well, I know, but what you're terrified of is that you can't protect yourself. So right now I'm going to bring in some masters, okay? And I want you to bring them in as I bring them in, all right? Can you do that? I want you to bring in Michael right now. I want you to bring in Raphael. I want you to bring in, I love working with Master Jesus. I love working with Divine Mother and Divine Father. I want you to bring them in. I want you to bring in your ministering spirits. I want you to feel this right now. Totally, unconditionally loving you. There you go. Beautiful. And I don't want you to hurry up and shut this down just because, we may end something here on the phone. There's a lot coming out of your first, which is your survival center. You have done an amazing job to survive, and it's not a mistake, and it's not an accident, and you are on purpose. This is right on time. This is right on time for you. This is beautiful. So forget all those other people right now. This is about you. And we're doing a wash. And by the way, the misunderstanding thing, do not connect that to the abuse. The misunderstanding thing is because of your vibration. The misunderstanding thing is not associated with the abuse, okay? You know that, right?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. There's a whole another part of you. So let's disassociate that. All right? Because now what's going to happen? Oh, this is great. They're all smiling. They're laughing. So we're going to bring in your pals, those that connect with you, all right? You need some new friends. You need some new playmates. All right?
That would be good.
Yeah, it'd be good. So bring them in today. And then, listen, if you want to talk later, I'm going to seal you up right now. But this is big thing to separate those two things and to love yourself today and to intentionally invite your masters and archangels and to intentionally invite your new playmates. There are some people that will connect with you, okay? So we will talk again. Don't hesitate to reach me after this because this is a really big deal to you, okay?
Thank you. Okay. Thank you for your time.
You bet.
Wow. Thank you so very much. Wow. Amazing callers, huh?
Uh-huh. Very much so. Very, very honoring, very powerful, and I would love for each of you to know what you gave to others who are listening and didn't have the chance to call. You have touched them, and you are supporting a clearing in them. So never dismiss or diminish the gift you've given by opening up, okay?
So let's talk a little bit, if we could, just kind of bring this back here. We have a couple of minutes left. How beautiful these fabulous, fabulous callers. We have the best listeners on the planet. They're amazing. How beautiful. You said something, and I would love for you to talk about it. When folks call in like this, they're touching the lives of so many people, aren't they?
Oh, huge, huge. We diminish our value because we look at our value through the lens of our society. Look through the lens of God, source, universe, whatever you want to call it. When you open your heart, when someone has done that to you, don't you just feel such a profound sense of love, of change, of acceptance? That's what you've done for people.
What a great show, Leslie. Thank you so much for today. Please tell folks how they can schedule, again, one more time, can schedule time with you individually, because as we've said before, these are really snapshots.
Yeah, and again, thank you to those that did that opening up. You can reach me on my website at lesliefonteyne.com, LeslieFonteyne.com. You can go to Transformation Talk Radio or the Dr. Pat Show and also find me as a host that way. And you're welcome to give me a call. If all of that doesn't work, it's 678-665-3366. That's 678-665-3366. Look forward to seeing some of you in Chicago, Durango, Cincinnati, Raleigh.
One last question.
Yes, ma'am.
What is your personal message? What would you like to leave us with today?
Today, do not be afraid of your pain. Do not think your pain will kill you. Stay open in your heart space, but also give yourself the luxury of being safe today to allow yourself to be all that you are. Don't be afraid. It doesn't last forever. Joy comes in the morning.
I want to just say to everyone, if you've missed parts of this, so for those of you out there that have called in, it's sometimes hard to hear everything that is being said. By the way, this show will replay later today, and the archive will be up by tomorrow morning. You could go to transformationtalkradio.com, or you can go to Leslie's website. She's got all of her archives there as well, lesliefonteyne.com, or you can go to thedrpatshow.com. Many, many places. Many of you have also said to us you love the iTunes podcast that we've been posting. And yeah, this is really a time for all of us to have that the ears, the eyes, the voices that we've always desired in life. We're going to take a short break, everyone. We'll be right back.